hours. It's just like a little.
No, I think it's great. I think it's perfect for that application. This wasn't originally necessarily thought of that way. So,
Yeah.
ooh, girl. I think we're live, baby. All righty. Getting right into it this morning. My goodness. So, yeah, we were just streaming live on my my kind of gaming angle of the Enterprise here, and playing some Apex Legends today. We do that live. And then on the same platform, here we are now anew on our podcast. I mean, it's just great. Joe, how are you today? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you great. Pretty good.
Great. So we have been busy here at Jacob V Weekly. We have clips, we have comments, we have content. Find us on Instagram and YouTube. We stream live every week on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook simultaneously now. Those live streams stay up there on those platforms indefinitely, and that's the raw, pure example of the podcast every week. The audio podcast goes out to Podbean and Apple Podcasts and Spotify and so forth that same evening. We post our clips now. We are just starting to do this from episodes as we find them. We put them on YouTube and Instagram, Jacob V on YouTube, and at Jacob VI Weekly on Instagram, JACOBVI Weekly on Instagram. Hit me up on the gram. And again, you'll be getting exclusive content from that. We have some funny pictures from the archives, as it were, and some clips of both from the podcasts past, and those will be updated regularly. We're as fast as we can get them out. We're trying to get them to you. So please get with the new Instagram for the show at Jacob V Weekly. You will get exclusive content from us for free. Deal? Spotify users, you are leaving money on the table. I'm looking at you. You get this commercial-free podcast of at least 1 hour per week, often more. You also can find my monthly playlist there on Spotify. The craziest collection of stuff I loop for myself each month. I update those until the end of that month, and then I start a new one. And if you're sick of your shuffle, you got to get Jacob V's favorite songs on Spotify. Search for that. Also, like I mentioned, we do on all those platforms, we stream some gaming, some Cyberpunk 2077, some Apex Legends. When I get bored of those, I need a retro rotation. I bring in Destroy All Humans, so come hang with us. We want to do a Pokemon Go DJ set soon, but my ADHD is not good for my Pokemon Go. I forget that raids are happening, and I miss invitations. And y'all don't even like music. The kids don't like music anymore, Joe. Music is so lame now.
Like listening to...
Just even certainly being involved in it. It's like the most ridiculous thing I can think of for somebody to do.
Yeah. You're not getting a lot of the... I have the washer and dryer running.
I do not hear those at all.
Good.
Okay. So you're off the hook.
Off the hook.
How's my mic sound? I felt like it was a little grainy last week. Like
it was hot. Yeah.
It was hot last week. I brought it down a little bit, and the streams have helped me kind of practice the clarity. We have live viewers with us on Twitch, Facebook, and or YouTube, and if you are, you can participate in the multi-stream chat there. Feel free to jump in at any point. If you're listening at home, don't worry. Those people will not bother you too much, I promise, because I'll probably forget about them, just like I forgot what I was just talking about. So... what else we got going on? Lots of firsts on the show lately. First donation the other day. I was streaming some premium Apex Trios action with my baby brother and his abundantly gifted lady friend. And I noticed someone actually used the support the stream link that's available right now in the comments on the very stream you're watching. And they made a donation to sustain and to give thanks. Joe, remind me, I owe you like $1.50. I'm going to respect this person's anonymity, right? He's an old buddy of my brother's, and he remembered details included in our Kangaroo Jack story. Is that clip up?
Yeah, Kangaroo Jack is up on the
It's
Instagram.
up on the gram. That's a very funny bit from last week that I mentioned my dad's truck, and our buddy was listening, and he loved that detail, and he decided to support the stream. He remembered that detail specifically, and that's all commercial-free right now, and we bring that to you until Lion's Choice pulls up with a big old red bag of beef money. As soon as Lion's Choice opens the floodgates, I am a shill for the beef. But right now, this is a free, this is a free society. Why are you wiping the camera?
It was a little. It
You
was a
have to
little
do
musty.
that now.
Sorry. Yeah, I guess that was what. Yeah.
New branding in the works, more content. We even are having some serious talks about merch. We are talking merch here at Jacob V Weekly.
Yeah, you should ask them to send in like you were asking on Facebook what people's favorite sweaters were.
Yeah. So I really want to do it's turned into a really funny story though, this whole thing. That Joe, I'm gonna put the notes over your face here for a minute. So it's turned into this really crazy. So I got really excited about the idea of doing a limited run of like 100 hoodies, right? And then I realized I did the math horribly, horribly wrong. Okay. So here's what
$70,000.
Here's the thing. So, yeah, it's not unlike that. I'm scrolling. I wasn't actually going to make $70,000 on 100 hoodies, and here's the equation that went awry. I'm shattered. I'm horrified. Even I feel like I really lost $70,000 because I was so all day at work Monday. I was so excited about my new thing. I was going to do this hoodie, and I was going to make all this money off these hoodies. And turns out I did my math wrong. I took the cost of the hoodies, and I multiplied it by 100, which told me how much it would be to acquire those custom hoodies. But then for some reason, I took that number, and I multiplied it by the price I wanted to tag them at, which is not a relevant equation. Taking your cost number and multiplying that by your like retail number, that's not that number doesn't really mean anything, right? So what I tricked myself into thinking was that I was going to make $70,000 on a bundle of 100 hoodies, which would mean that I would have to tag them at $1,400. Right? We're looking at doing a hoodie and charging like $39, maybe $49 for it. Because that's a competitive kind of price for what similar merchandise is going for, right? I spend much more than that at concerts regularly. I think I can't even tell you what I spent on Backstreet Boys merch, actually. I just realized that this is live on the air, and I cannot confess to my family how much money I spent on Backstreet Boys merch when they were in town.
Come on.
I will not do it. I would
love to hear that
It's
number.
Definitely 3 digits.
Oh, my God.
It's definitely more than $99, and I am not going to be any more specific than that because it's that embarrassing. Every dollar above that is a shame on my house.
Yeah, you keep trying to give me Backstreet Boys CDs every time I go over there.
I have 9 of them.
You're like,
Keenan bought all the tickets. Keenan bought all the tickets when we went to go see the Backstreet Boys, and we brought the girls with us, or some of them at least. And you know, now they give you a free. The girls, lady friends of ours. Girlfriends of ours, you animal. Yeah, I brought the fucking dogs to the Backstreet Boys. We had like good seats. That'd be great if I showed up with my German Shepherd and my fucking Great Dane at the fucking Backstreet Boys concert. Hold on, I got a text message. Who is it? No, I'm joking. So, merch is expensive. And it turns out that we would need to sell like 1,500 hoodies at $39 or $49 to get anywhere near the $70,000 mark. So I'm not Supreme or Bape or Kanye West, R.I.P. So I can't necessarily. I'm not to that point where I want to charge $1,400 for a hoodie. So guys, stay tuned for merch and DM me your sizes. Right, but don't bother save it up for the $1,500 price tag because I can't. My mom's complaining that $50 is too much, so $1,400 is out of the question. Hans, I'm doing a show. Fuck! I mean, every time I start talking, he puts his nails in my leg. I mean, how am I supposed to? I'm trying to make a living here, people. Joe, you've been back at work, right? What is it like working in a restaurant right now? Are there people coming in to eat food at tables?
Yeah, Saturday was crazy. It's like there wasn't even a pandemic, and
Tell
I
me
had
about this
this.
a little bit. I want to talk about this.
Yeah, it was like there was this table like, where are waters? And like I was on my feet for like 12 hours on Saturday. We didn't have enough staff to get a break, and I just took tables for like 12 hours, and
Mm.
I had this one table of unattractive young professionals, and they didn't even take care of me very well. Well, here's the thing. So we had the stimulus check, everybody got the stimulus check. So I think Saturday night everybody went out
What stimulus
and
check?
people were getting some stimulus money.
What kind of
Some
stimulus money?
some people got that $600.
I got
I had
that
a table.
$600 like a month ago.
Well, apparently
That
it
was
just
last president, bro. Are you saying those
Yeah.
Hoosiers out in Chesterfield are still just now getting their stimulus
Yeah,
checks?
my parents haven't gotten anything. A lot of people haven't gotten anything.
Well,
Um,
that's because you all switch bank accounts because you're all flipping Bitcoin.
yeah, but it was funny. This table, I was one of the. So one guy gave me $20 for no reason. It wasn't even my table. He's like, I can do this today, but I can't do it tomorrow. I'm like, I don't know what that means. And then I had another table that spent $150 on. Do you know what Lafroid is?
Like,
It's
is that no?
It's very expensive scotch, and it's like
Ew.
it's like this much of a pour. It's the shortest pour, and each pour is $25, and they had 6 of them, and I was like, where are people getting this money from? It ended up being a $500 ticket, and most of it was just drinks. I had this lady, I couldn't believe they were able to walk out of here. I had a lady drank 6 Moscow Mules and 2 vodka cranberries, and
Oh yeah.
they
She's feeling
drove
good.
home.
She drove home.
Yeah, they drove home. I don't know
Well,
which
they
one of them
drove
drove.
home. She probably didn't drive.
Well, the whole table, each bill racked up at least up to $200, or I
I
think
mean,
one was
dude,
like
it would get
140.
crazy. You have no idea how often that would happen to me when I was drinking. When I would go out
Really?
and at a happy hour, dude, $120 easy.
Oh my gosh!
Drinking just rail whiskey. Can I get a whiskey and diet? And I'd have enough of them that it'd be $110 fucking dollars.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, sometimes
That's crazy.
I think about that realistically. How many rail whiskey diets would get me up
Be
to $110?
Yeah, right. But I mean, well, okay. So ours is
Not on
like,
special.
Well, you said happy hour, so that's $2 off usually.
No, I'm thinking this was a late night one time where we didn't get there till like 8:30 because we worked late, and we were there till maybe 11:30, and I seriously spent $110 on whiskey and Diet Cokes. Maybe I had some tater tots or something. Now that I'm thinking about it, because $110. Let's say they're $6.
I'm gonna
probably
say $9. Come on.
I mean, I'd have to have 18 of them. I'd believe it. I've drank 18 beers in an evening before, like it was
12
nothing.
or 15 or something.
Oh no, I could
12
clear.
at $9.
Actually, my friend John would get mad when I would show up to his house for band practice on Thursdays with just 18 beers. Because like, so what are you gonna do when you run out of those 18 beers? Because I would kill him. I could do like 6 of them in an hour, and
That's
then
awesome.
and then we'd be standing around smoking cigarettes after band practice, and then I would start slamming all his beers. So okay, so tell me the precautions though. The people are wearing masks when they walk into your restaurant.
They wear masks when they walk in.
I don't want to reveal kind of what we're talking about because I don't like to name names. But you work at like a bar and grill, like kind of corporate kind of thing.
Yeah, I call
almost
it
like a Red Robin kind of.
Yeah,
but
very
not
similar
Red
to
Robin,
Red Robin.
but not a Red Robin. So, so who's drinking $25 scotch at a Red Robin?
Exactly. And it's that kind of dude. I'm walking in and I had to tell him, I was like, you guys know what you're paying for this. And they're like, oh yeah. And I said, okay.
They don't care.
Whatever.
Oh, they do not care. And you know what? I've been in that mode. If I'm going to like Olive and Oak, shout out, and it's my anniversary or something, I'm telling my wife, get whatever you want, baby. You want that rosé, girl? You want that chicken confit, duck fat, baby?
But they were like competing with each other though.
That's crazy. That's like that scene from that movie with Matthew McConaughey and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Where
the pizza place.
Yeah, where they're just slamming martinis in the middle of the day for no reason. People really do that shit. I used to do that shit. Oh my god! Before work, sometimes when I worked at the guitar store, it was like if we didn't have to be at work till like 3 or 4, and we go to lunch, it's like maybe I'll have a whole pitcher of beer in the middle of the day for no fucking reason. People are wild, Joe. I'm just saying. Yeah. So the people come in, are they wearing masks and stuff?
Yeah, they have to wear a mask, but that's it. And they get to their table, they can take them off. And I mean, it's completely unregulated. It's a horrible. I mean, the whole. Yeah, I
And are
mean,
they shitty about the service? Are they appreciative? Or are they the same as they always were?
well, that table of young professionals were really shitty. But I mean, nobody's tipping me
They could be car
anything
salesmen,
extra.
Joe, just because they had ties on and they had spiky hair. They could work in the service department at Lou Fuse.
Yeah, I mean, that's why like maybe Kia, but they. I mean, it
Gross.
was. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, it's not super. There was a time when they were tipping us like crazy. They were tipping us like 50% of the bill, but now it's back to like 15,
Well, it's
10.
been a long time. I
Yeah.
mean, if I'm trying to have 97 scotches and 4 tubs of chicken wings, I can't be just fucking tipping all willy nilly, girl. Is this the tip the bill challenge? Am I David Dobrik?
Yeah, that's what it was for a while. It was these people.
Everyone was David Dobrik for a while. It's like, oh, you're such a hero, bringing me my fucking tower of onion rings.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
Um, I have a different experience. I don't work in restaurants. I work in schools, and the Corona school thing is fucking crazy. If your kids are in school right now, I need you to shut the fuck up. These teachers are not vaccinated, and they come in contact with more people per day than your average medical worker, I would bet. And I totally believe medical workers should be vaccinated first. My mom, I told you, is a hero. She's a nurse with disabled veterans, literally a hero, right? And she got vaccinated. She got both her rounds, and she made it. And now I can't talk to her on the phone because Nancy Pelosi is in her head. And that's what I want. I want you to also stay the fuck home with your fucking kids until your fucking teachers are fucking vaccinated. Is that so crazy? It's more important that you could go back to bed until noon and fucking jerk off and vape all day while your kids are at a fucking state gulag. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand what the big deal is. Why is it so important that your kids are in a fucking state facility all day that you don't really give a fuck that their fat diabetic teachers fucking die? Am I drunk? Am I drunk?
Yeah.
Am I drunk? Is this, do I sound like, does this sound shitty to you? Like, I mean, isn't it kind of weird? Isn't it weird, Joe, that people are coming into the restaurant and spending $500 on scotch and eating chicken bones?
Yeah, it's frustrating to me because in my mind I'm like, like let them get it. Like let them get the virus cuz that's the only way
Like, I
they'll
just don't
ever.
understand. Like, why is it that the economy can't start until the kids are in school? Like, poor people that can't afford childcare of any kind are not the ones driving the grand economy. They can't afford to drive the economy. They're just trying to make a living, right? And people that can't afford to have their kids at home are the ones saying, listen, I want to go to Red Robin and I need my kids to have a structured environment all day.
Right.
They're the fucking loudest about the kids going back into the buildings. The number of poor people I witness every day that are keeping their kids at home for safety compared to people that you see in the media and all of the suburban parents who are like, my kid's need a structured environment. He's failing English. No one's there to force him to do it. What are they doing? I mean, we can't force your kids to do the stuff they don't want to do. At least you can bop them upside the head. I can't bop them upside the head. That's not a practice I would even support, even if I thought it would be effective. And maybe it's not. But the schools are not functioning, guys. You're not sending your kid to get the same quality of education that you were sending them to get in February of last year. It's not happening. It's not available. It's not available anywhere.
Sorry. Yeah, somebody said.
How dare you scoot that chair, you cocksucker? Did you scoot it into the mic stand?
It's near the wheel.
I mean, guys, any one school has like 10 teachers out on any given day because of quarantines and a lack of subs, and they're making teachers that have been teleworking for health reasons come back even without a vaccine. Some of those teachers are going to choose to uncouple from their district. Some people are going to retire because they're really afraid that they're going to go back into the building and die. That's going to happen. There's enough of them teetering that fence. That's not me. I don't feel that unsafe at work, but I'm not in one room with one group of kids all day, right? I could be safe in what I do, but I'm thinking about these people. It's like I have to either not have my job and my health insurance anymore, or I have to go into this building and risk getting this disease every day. You don't know where your colleagues are going. right? What if somebody chooses to leave work and go get hammered at Red Robin?
Who really does drive the economy? I think that's maybe a
Oh,
conversation.
hold on, we'll get there. It's
Sorry.
people that make more money than me. I'll tell you that for nothing. No, I mean I'm probably in that category. People that consume a lot of shit. People that employ people. Right.
Yeah, I mean, the Wall Street workers are deciding to stay
workers.
home. The Wall Street
You mean like
stockbrokers.
traders?
Yeah, they have all they perfected their home workspace, and most of them are choosing not to go back into work.
Yeah, it's very expensive. Especially, I mean, why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why? That's
Yeah.
answer the question, Joe. Why?
Get on the train to go and see all the poor people. And then,
I mean, why? Seriously. I mean, I'm having this weird in between. Like, I don't know where I fit in this whole thing because, like, it really doesn't matter to the people that I spend a lot of time with how educated a person is, right? That's not really what we talk. We don't sit around comparing our education in any of my circles, really. And some of us have various levels of education in different things. But it also matters less and less to the families that I meet in schools the past several years. But I don't want to graduate up to some higher tier of academia. That doesn't sound like fun. Those people are the worst.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It also seems like the more I work on my self-esteem, like the less ambitious I am. Right? Like I had to do the college and the career and the wife and the house and 10 years of therapy to get to a point where I'm just kind of over the hard work and I just want to make 70 grand on hoodies.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know post-capitalism, but
What does that mean?
from the looks of it, well, the idea that we get into a spot where we have to do very little amount of work, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think with the share economy, we could accomplish that. Where we're paying very minuscule, we'll finance everything we have all the time, and we all will be able to participate in a share economy for a very little amount, like our cars and our, everything we own will be sharing, and for the small price of a fee and advertising. So they'll be able to absorb all of our data, which we don't know we're giving them. And we'll just participate in this giant economy where we're okay with cameras being on us all the time, just so we can have a house that we don't have to pay for, and like cars we don't have to pay for, and they'll just absorb all this data of us. That was the theory there.
Jesus.
Yeah. But
Well, that sucks.
yeah. Well, I don't know. Does it suck? I don't have a problem with it. It's what we're doing already.
You and me are literally doing this. We're literally saying,
Yeah.
hey, let's sit in our underwear in the basement and put cameras on us and just have the conversation we'd have anyway.
Excuse me. Right. That's
Go
right.
ahead. Go ahead. Cough it out. Here, I'll cough with you.
But like Spotify and stuff. Spotify and stuff is totally cool. I think Spotify is gonna be free pretty soon. They're not exactly gonna advertise to us, but they're just gonna sell the information that we're already like paying to give them. They like all the music we like, what time of day we like to listen to it.
We're going to have to pay for all that ad revenue. That's really where all these platforms make their money. So we're going to have to have money to buy something.
Yeah, but
they're going to make all that ad revenue.
Right, but they're going to take, so all of the money we have will go into these stupid products we buy, like Shure microphones and synthesizers we don't need, and analog circuits for distortion pedals.
Listen here, you cocksucker. Are you talking about me or are you talking about you?
I'm talking about
kind of both
our
of us.
group of people.
Yeah. I definitely understand. Like if I was on eBay in my underwear on the toilet later and I saw like a bin of like NOS transistors of any variety, really. I mean, yeah. I have numbers in mind of where I'd cut that off.
Yeah. I would really love to see your monthly finances.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
I just want to see like where, because
I mean, let me tell you. I'll give you an example. My Acorns account is looking really good.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
my Acorns account is looking really good because every time my wife orders something on Postmates, Postmates puts 25 cents in my Acorns account.
Oh, wow.
And so
We made $7,000 on Acorns last year.
I have a lot of Acorns right now. A lot more than I started with is what I should say. And I thought it was the stocks I was diversifying with, but it's really more the bonuses. You have all these bonuses. If you use any of this is not an ad, but that's one example of just my lifestyle is kind of ridiculous. There's packages on the front porch every day. The cardboard box thing is ridiculous. It's not sustainable, and then we need to slow it down. Wow. And my wife is listening now. She's mad. No, Keenan, I was saying how exciting it is that that Postmates is my wife is on the stream, y'all, is doing that with and for us. I just think it's funny. We are not eating fast food at all. We have completely sworn off the McDonald's and the Taco Bells, and I had some Wendy's the other day because I was in the hood, but I've even been hitting the Subway drive-thru instead if I absolutely need something and I'm in the hood. We've been really, really good, and Postmates is a big part of that. We like to support a local business and get something that's not exactly fast food. So it's funny, but so Joe, that's what you were asking about. Yeah, we do things that 10 years ago I would have thought were absolutely unnecessarily expensive. But with COVID also, we have these luxuries now that feel like, oh, it's for safety. But I wanted to have my groceries delivered already. I wanted to have, quality food delivered to my house already. I fucking am so sick of pizza. If I never had to eat pizza again.
Don't say that.
No, we eat so much pizza over here. It's a pizza museum. I mean, I got like 9 different brands of pizza boxes in my fucking sunroom right now.
Wait, explain this Acorns thing. I heard it wasn't that great, but apparently
I think Robinhood is better.
Okay.
I mean, Acorns is cool. If you put $1,000 in there, you'll see some growth that's impressive. But I think I started with like $75 to start, just to see what happened.
I'm doing $20. Dad told me that I should be doing $20 a week of investing, and then by the time I'm 60,
do you have a tithing? Are you doing any tithing?
Tithing?
Yeah.
I stopped tithing a long time ago. I stopped tithing. I mostly this is what I do. This is my tithe.
I was watching this this YouTube budget video. This YouTube girl talk about her weekly budget or monthly budget, and she had like a donation to her church every week. No, I can't play Apex Legends right now, bro, but thank you. Is Apex Legends still open?
Wait, it's only open a certain small part of the day?
No. Like I had the game still open on my computer.
So my it's really funny. My buddy who's not a believer anymore, or he believes that he's. I don't want
to talk about that part. What about him?
He was like really on it with the tithing. He was like, I mean, he took a very, he was very punctual, and he had a really great, every part of his income. The day he started making money, he was already taking out a percentage to tithe with, and he would come with a giant wad of $1 bills from his tip out at Schlafly, and he would tithe. And I was like, dude, you're fucking insane. It's like, dude, what? I was like 18 or 16 or something. I was like, dude, what are you out of your mind?
Yeah, that's so great. Funny. Yeah, that's great.
I mean, it was a good thing. I thought that was so impressive. I was like, dude, you were just so good.
Giving it up for Jesus.
Yeah, and now he doesn't believe anymore. He's like, I did my time. I tithed all that cash, and none of my prayers. Nothing.
Well, that's a weird reason to get into it, I guess. Yeah. But so I don't know. So as you can tell, I mean, things are crazy. Yeah, definitely get into stocks is definitely what I learned from this one. Is what you want to. Apparently, have you heard about the GameStop?
Yeah, explain that.
Okay, I don't really know, but here's kind of what I gathered from my group chats today about it, is that Elon Musk tweeted something, and then trolls on Reddit started speculating crazy stock shit about GameStop, and now GameStop has gone from like $5 a share to like $35 a share.
What?
In like seriously a matter of like a week or something.
Fuck?
And it's absolutely insane, and it's some kind of like trolling performance exercise by the Reddit stock speculators to totally cheat code the stock market. I think to me it proves how ridiculous the stock market is. and they're saying they're going to do it with other brands or offerings or whatever. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't read up on the whole thing. This is technically your job to Google that kind of shit.
Yeah. Right.
But
Okay.
no. But like, you're right. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but that's basically the gist of it. Hold on.
Oh, you want me to Google? I can Google right now, bro.
I mean,
Sir.
I don't.
Doctor.
I got a text message from Planned Parenthood. Somebody needs to get me off that list. Not because I don't want them to do whatever they want to do.
Just don't want to hear about it. Yeah, I'm gonna Google Elon Musk.
Joe, I actually invested in a new segment for us.
You invested money.
No. I put a post on Facebook and I got some content from the audience that I wanted to pull up.
Oh, really?
So this is a segment I call Complicated Questions.
Okay.
And I wanted to.
We're not doing owls, right?
I can start with owls because I have.
No, let's not do owls.
I'll start with owls while you look up the thing about GameStop.
Okay.
So, pizza is life. Oh my God, how dare you? Chicken feet weekly. So I said, ask me a complicated question, not about me, but about something that you wrestle with. And Alfred said, how can we be certain that existence isn't a mere tautology of consciousness? Asking for a friend. I told him to define tautology for us, or tautology, or I don't know exactly how to say it. Tauto. And basically what that means is how can we be certain that us existing right now is not just our consciousness manifesting all of these memories and perceptions, because consciousness has to do something. Consciousness has to create and then receive stimulus, right? You create things and you receive stimuli. And if you're creating things with your imagination, you can also then create more reactions that are not necessarily real to those basically hallucinations. So how do we know that this is really happening and that this matters, right? When it could all just be in our imagination.
Yeah, thanks, Al. Real cool.
So Joe doesn't like that stuff. Being a child of the Lamb, being awash in the blood of the Lamb, he wrestles with existence and the very question of it. My dear friend Frank, I'm praying for my friend Frank all the time because I hope he's well, and I know sometimes they put him through it, baby. And he asked, why are we as humans so complacent with apathy? And this reminded me of something my wife and I were talking about today. And what I think he meant by that was, why are we okay with being so not okay? How come we get so comfortable even in a shitty or kind of hopeless situation? How come we create a situation where we're not improving, we're comfortable just being not as good as we could be? My wife and I were talking about this afternoon, and we have this frustration we have in our experiences working with other people in noticing how the difference between people that are really successful and people that are not as successful, the successful ones have this self-agency and this independence to demand results of their daily experience, whereas others just kind of wait for people to tell them what to do. So think about the people that are really successful in your life. They have high standards of what they want to accomplish and what they want to experience, right? And they want those things to happen. And so they find out avenues to get where they want to go, and they may adjust their vision along the way. But they're ultimately still on track to create something for themselves that's meaningful. And for me, I need it to be tangible. You know what I mean? Obviously, I like physical things. If you've ever been down here, I mean, I got wet wipes right here. I got them right here in case I need them. You know what I mean? I like to be able to pick up and touch things. I got Gorilla Glue. You know what I'm saying? And some people say that construction workers, carpenters like my father, are really happy in their work because of the tangible nature of they get to actually create something every day that wasn't there when they started the day, and that makes them feel accomplished. It makes them feel really satisfied in their work. So I'd say if somebody's feeling really apathetic and feeling like I don't care, I'm just going to lay here, metaphorically or literally. Maybe they're literally. Maybe their problem is they either don't know how to get where they want to go, and or they don't feel like it's realistic for them to improve on whatever their situation is. And I can totally identify with feeling that way.
Yeah. I feel like the maker people, like people who get to build things and stuff like that, probably have the most rewarding jobs just because they can just see.
And so many of us make ourselves so miserable to avoid physical labor.
Yeah, right.
I hate getting a little bit sweaty so bad that I went to fucking college. You know what I mean? I could just be making guitar pedals, selling them on eBay. If I had started doing that the year I went to college, I probably would be rich right now. I would have been in the boom.
We got to be doing that. Yeah, we should.
I don't want to solder things, and I don't want to stand around, and I don't want to have to wake up.
You don't have to. We're not going to do that.
We're not going to do any of that stuff?
I mean, I'm going to do it starting out, but we're going to get people to do that eventually. We're going to have a small team, and all of us will be paid the exact same.
That doesn't mean I don't want that.
There'll be a wait list.
I don't want that.
And it'll be like Analog Man, and it'll be more of a co-op.
We don't have any of the experience or the collection or the research. I don't want to do any of that.
Why do we have to be certified to do anything?
I really want certified? No, I just he's got research and experience.
Yeah, Jake, it's not that. Jake, you already have so much research that you won't give yourself credit for. But anyway, we don't have to talk about this.
What is the meaning of life? Well, I think we've answered that. How did fanny packs become a thing? Joe, that's your next Google. But first, did you find anything good about GameStop?
Yeah, I mean, just the basic, just kind of describing what had happened. Do you want
Tell
me to
me, please?
Okay, so amateur investors continued a frenzied run-up of GameStop for the fourth session in a row, with the stock ending Tuesday up more than 92%, or about $148 a share.
Jesus, that's way more than I thought.
Yeah, after the
wasn't it $5 the other day?
Yeah, this is so stupid.
This is the most. They're breaking it on purpose. They're breaking it to show you how stupid the market is.
Yeah, they're trolling the walls. They're trolling Wall Street. After the market closed, Tesla CEO Elon Musk appeared to join the pile-on with a tweet that sent GameStop shares briefly up above $200. His one-word comment, "Game stonk," was all it took to cheer on the popular Reddit post, the Reddit page that has been generating most of the hype around the stock. That was the second Musk tweet in 24 hours to create a stir for an individual stock. Etsy shares spiked in the perma market trading Tuesday following the declaration that he kind of loves the online craft market. This is so dumb. GameStop is more than 680% so far this year. Is up more than 680% more than up so far this year. An improbable spike led by investors congregating on the Wall Street Bets subreddit. Those traders have essentially declared war on GameStop's short sellers, investors who have placed bets that a stock would go down. The more GameStop climbs, the more money the short sellers lose. They're trolling the short sellers. That is so funny.
That is hilarious. Bluesome in the chat says it went from $27 at one point to $347 at its peak. So, so far,
that is so dumb.
I don't remember. I don't remember the Etsy thing.
Yeah, the Etsy thing I think was
Etsy is publicly traded too.
Yeah, I think so. When they bought Reverb, yeah, they're publicly traded. That's how they ended up. They exploded.
Etsy owns Reverb.com.
Yeah, you didn't know that? That's why it went up to 0.5% that you owe them on every purchase now. They jacked it up. Reverb's kind of amazing, but also I liked it. I liked it more when just Chicago Music owned it.
Gina wants to know if true altruism actually exists. And at first, I read that 3 times as autism. And I was like, there's no way I'm getting into that, Gina. Gina thinks autism is not real. I'm not touching that. But so instead, I read what she actually wrote, and then I said what I thought she wrote that I didn't want to talk about anyway. So, yes, altruism does it actually exist? Joe, you should be looking up the history of fanny packs right now.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So altruism is the belief in or practice of disinterested and selfless concern for the well-being of others. What we call really, truly dedicating yourself to the greater good. And I do think we still have people that do that, but I think the problem is we're assuming that those people are not netting anything. Just because your presence or your work or your influence is a net positive, meaning all things considered, you did more for society than you took away, that doesn't mean you didn't take anything away, right? You have to consume resources to survive in order to help people, if that's your goal. So that is a caveat we should start with. Can you be truly selfless without just fucking starving to death, right? No, you can't. So we have to define altruism in context of reality, right? So in zoology, they look at this as the behavior of an animal that benefits another of its own kind at its own expense. So if a squirrel jumped in front of a car to save another squirrel, right? That's truly altruistic, self-sacrificing. You can also be truly altruistic in your spirit and in your heart and in your actions and still have a normal life, right? You could dedicate what you do every day to the betterment of others in some way. And I know a lot of people like that. But those people also get salaries for doing those jobs, but they do those jobs really well, and the world is a better place because of them. I've had a lot of teachers, I've met a lot of teachers that are dedicating their life to really trying to grow good citizens. It's not all of them.
Yeah.
It's a lot of them, though. A lot of them, I mean, we're not getting rich up there, folks. I mean, a lot of teachers are trying to figure out, okay, how can I go ahead and have a family and a life, but also participate in society in a way that's meaningful? And then their calling leads them to, I want to teach kids how to be successful people, right? Because the school is the cultural academic vehicle to those being citizens that can join society successfully, hopefully. Quit looking at yourself. You're on camera. I'm right here.
Mirror. There's a mirror right here, too.
So, Gina, I think it's both. I think there's absolutely true selflessness, but I think we need to look at the people that maybe have a car and a house, but also their contribution to society is a step ahead of the stuff that they take away from it. But it does exist. I believe it exists in both accounts, especially among squirrels.
So you think it's a calculation? You think it's like, okay, yes, you have to.
I think that's the healthier way to look at it.
Much. Yeah,
that's something that's doable. Yeah, her question was: is true altruism possible? Is it possible to be truly selfless? Does that exist for real?
And it's a good.
It's a great question. It's a complicated question.
Well, it's a good question. It's a good question because it that's what ultimately, when it comes to like liberalism and leftism, ultimately that becomes the contest, because it becomes who is more selfless,
more of a martyr.
Yeah, and that's the thing,
ultimately that's
the
actually
actual
selfish.
Conversation.
Because even if you're trying to martyr yourself for a cause, but what you're getting out of it is the martyrdom, then that is your that's what you get. That's your take, right? That's what you are looking for. That's your satisfaction. That's your pleasure. Seek.
Well, it's a question of who is actually allowed at the table, and capitalism would say, well, everybody, because that. But then liberalism says, well, certain people need their voices heard over others, and so it's kind of complicated. Capitalism wants
over others.
Well, I mean, so my plights shouldn't get as much screen time as a Native American's plights.
No, that's because we're all fucking sick of you, Joe. Oh, I live in a cul-de-sac. It's so hard.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I live in a cul-de-sac. Hey. It's so hard. I mean, there were at least at one time slaves that were literally raped to death, Joe.
this is actually you're acting out what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying.
But I also know what you mean, because it's so aggravating as a pudgy white kid from the suburbs when people say,
No, I'm
"Oh,
not
well,
complaining about it.
I am. I
Complaining about it.
am. I know you're not complaining about it, but I am. That people will say, "Well, I grew up in a blah blah blah." And you know what? That is really hard. But
Yeah.
that doesn't make me immediately feel better about whatever I'm upset about. Louis C.K. had a joke about that I'm not going to repeat because it's not my joke.
R.I.P.
But yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, talk about. Oh, yeah, I mean that's like talk about Bill Cosby. I mean it's like the same shit. That was crazy. That's nuts.
No.
Apparently he's working now. He's going to come back or something. I don't know. It really
I'm
upset
part of his
me.
Patreon.
It really bugged me out. Louis on Patreon?
No, he's not. But I did pay his. I paid him directly to watch his stand up.
Yeah, they're like $5 on his website, right?
Yeah, well, you get access to everything, and you get his movies. He's actually more of a filmmaker. People don't know that.
Lame.
Yeah, I decided I would give money to that cause.
Yeah, well, why don't you just take a loaded shotgun and a bucket full of Chick-fil-A
and just blow up
and you can just go to a mall. There will be no one there. I just trying to think about. I mean, I hate malls. Great questions. Did you find anything about the history of fanny packs?
Yeah, I got you right here.
Thank you. This is for Eric from the Facebook thread.
I mean, this is long.
I want to know. Just give me a little bit of it.
Let's do Resurgence. Let's do the Resurgence. So
wait. No, motherfucker. I want to know the first fucking fanny pack on the fucking mummy in the fucking pyramid.
Well, it actually comes from Native American. One origin is Native American buffalo pouch, which was used instead of sewing pockets into clothing. The buffalo pouches may also be worn on the wrist or carried on the front of the chest via neck strap or lanyard. I'm going to stop there.
Okay, so what about the Resurgence?
The Resurgence in July 2018, they have it down to a year. The Boston Globe reported that fanny packs are back in vogue, with new packs introduced by fashion designers Gucci, Prada, and Louis Vuitton.
I think it had started before then. Like they totally went away for a minute because they were so fucking lame.
But I think historically the term, once it's back in vogue, it's like once you have that many, it can be officially.
Okay, because I think I was wearing one in 2018.
Oh yeah, you've been wearing them for 10 years.
I'm off one right now. I haven't been wearing. I don't think it's been that long, but I got one.
You got the Ridge wallet.
I do have a Ridge wallet now.
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're fine. No, please tell me about the fanny pack. More about the Resurgence, please.
That's what do you want? That's it.
No, okay. Well, tell me that again. The Boston Globe said that they were.
Boston Globe reported that fanny packs are back in vogue with new packs introduced by fashion designers. Back up.
Back off the mic. You're popping.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Introduced by fashion designers Gucci, Prada, and Louis Vuitton, the designer packs retail for up to $1,500 and are worn by celebrities such as Kim Kardashian, Rihanna, Jaden Smith, and Russell Westbrook. This time around, fanny packs.
Russell Westbrook, is that English DJ?
He's a American professional basketball player. Washington Wizards.
Who am I thinking of?
I don't know. Russell. I don't know Russells. Very many Russells.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, this time around, the packs can be worn around the waist or worn cross body. Yeah, I've seen them worn like a bag.
Right on the middle of your chest, because that makes sense.
Right. Vogue magazine reported on the trend by writing, "Alas."
You know what I did? Is I kept breaking them because I wear them off to the side so that the pack doesn't dig into my gut.
Uh-huh.
And then I'd bump into something and the plastic buckle would break.
You had a really good thing going though, because you would, I mean, the stuff you carried so much in it. It didn't look like.
No, I'd pack it really tight. I have my wallet and all kinds of stuff in there. But I have a backpack I carry. I carry my heavy metal HM2 backpack now.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I like it because it's not too big, but it's it's my purse. I've always kind of had a purse. I did the satchel for a long time in college and stuff. I had a satchel, especially when I smoked cigarettes. I always had a satchel, so I'd have my cigarettes and my other, my Rubik's cube.
Yeah, I don't know how we like dudes do. I guess I had cargo pants for a long time. I was doing it really well with that.
You're gonna
But yeah,
you're gonna come on my live stream on my podcast and tell everyone that I guess I had cargo pants.
I'm gonna be real. I still have cargo. I don't understand why
I fucking knew it.
I don't understand why people have a problem with them. It's like everybody's like, "Oh, cargo." I'm like, dude, just because dudes wear it doesn't mean it's a joke. It's like, what do you wear jeans?
I don't think they think it's a joke because people wear them.
Yeah. What? You can make fun of anybody's apparel. You think, oh, what are you wearing? The boots with the apple bottom jeans?
With the fur?
Yeah, and the fur.
Oh god, that would be a sweet look. Hey, do you follow Purple Pimpin' Willie
No.
on TikTok? I just discovered this guy today. His name is Purple Pimpin' Willie, and he wears like a pimp like costume almost. He's always wearing purple and I think a wig. And he goes places in TikToks. He's a TikTok guy, I should say.
Oh, that's cool.
Purple Pimpin' Willie. I just feel like I'm plugging everyone else's shit today.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we do until we get our own advertising.
So, once we sell all those hoodies, baby, you and me are going to go kick it.
$70,000
worth of hoodies.
You're like, that's it?
Oh, baby. Airtight this week, honey. Airtight this week, honey. We got plenty in the bottle. We got plenty in the works.
We had some good responses to other people.
No, this is great stuff here. Let me just wrap this up real quick, Joe. Hold the line. Guys, that's another episode of Jacob V Weekly. High five. Follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Google, whatever. We have a new Instagram for the page for the show page at Jacob V Weekly, where we post exclusive content and now clips and highlights from previous episodes. You can also find original music by Jacob V on all your music platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer. You can bang it. You can follow me on Twitter at Malachi Envy, on Discord at JacobVSTL, hashtag 9476. I also curate that monthly Spotify playlist since May of 2020. Please pick those up. Jacob V's favorite songs on Spotify, updated daily until the new month flips over. We did it, guys. Be safe. High five.